What if your prayers were answered not by heaven, but by something listening in the static? What if going viral came with a subscription fee paid not in money, but in something far more precious? What if the entity that granted your every wish was simply fattening you up for the harvest? This is not a story about faith. This is a modern-day warning. A tale of a woman who traded her devotion for digital fame, and in doing so, opened a doorway for an ancient hunger to step into our world, one live stream at a time. In the bustling, noisy city of Lagos, lived a young woman named Adesuwa. Adesuwa was a content creator, but success was a fickle beast. She tried makeup tutorials, dance challenges, cooking videos, all lost in a sea of a million other faces. She was talented, yes, but she was not seen. And in the digital age, being unseen felt like a slow, painful death. Her one solace was her faith. She came from a long line of devout women. Then her grandmother, Mama Fanmi, had taught her the old prayers, the real ones, whispered with faith and a pure heart. But to Adesuwa, in her small apartment surrounded by blinking router lights, those always felt small, insignificant. They didn't trend. They didn't get likes. Her desperation was a constant, gnawing hunger in her gut. She would stare at her screen, at the influencers with millions of followers, their lives a glittering cascade of brand deals and adoration. She wanted that. She craved it. She prayed for it. One lonely, rain-smeared night, as she scrolled through the depths of the internet, she found it. A hidden forum thread titled The Digital Covenant. It spoke of a new kind of prayer. A prayer amplified by technology. It claimed that by using a specific audio filter and chanting a particular, modified invocation into a live stream, one could tap into a stream of pure blessing. The post was cryptic, but the comments were filled with vague testimonials of sudden wealth, healed relationships, and explosive fame. It's like a spiritual algorithm, one comment read. It gives the audience what they think they want, and makes you the vessel. A cold shiver, a mix of fear and excitement, ran down Adesuwa's spine. This was it. This was her age. She immediately went to visit Mama Fanmi, who lived in a quieter part of the city, her home smelling of herbs and old wood. Adesuwa, her eyes alight with a feverish glow, told her grandmother about the digital covenant. Mama Fanmi's face, and a map of wise wrinkles, fell into a deep, grave frown. Adesuwa, my child, she said, her voice trembling. You are playing with fire you cannot see. The spirits of the air and the wires are not the same as God. They are old, hungry things. They answer prayers, relays, but they do not answer with love. They answer with a contract. And their price is always written in blood and shadow. Do not do this. But Adesuwa was not listening. The warning of an old woman felt like the rustling of dead leaves against the roaring engine of her ambition. You're just afraid of progress, Mama, Adesuwa said, the hard edge to her voice. I'm not praying to a demon. I'm just optimizing my faith. She left her grandmother's house, the old woman's sorrowful gaze burning a hole in her back. The seed of defiance had been planted. It was about to be watered with a terrible, supernatural light. In her studio, surrounded by ring lights, Adesuwa prepared for her first amplified prayer live stream. She downloaded the audio filter, the strange, shimmering file that made her voice sound layered, as if multiple people were speaking in unison. She memorized the modified invocation, a twisting of the holy prayers she knew, adding syllables that felt foreign and cold on her tongue. She went live. "Hello, my brothers and sisters," she began, her voice smooth as honey. "Tonight, we pray for miracles. But we will pray with a new fire." She activated the filter. A low, almost inaudible hum filled the room. She began the chant. The change was instantaneous. The live viewer count, usually stagnant, began to climb. 50. 200. 1,000 comments flooded in. "I feel this. The presence is so strong. My headache is gone. I just got a job offer." Adesuwa felt a surge of power. It was working. She ended the stream to a torrent of digital applause. The next morning, her video had 100,000 views. A brand deal for spiritual wellness tea landed in her inbox. This was the rhythm of joy. The initial, miraculous benefit. She became Sister Ode, the viral prayer warrior. Every live stream was a phenomenon. She would pray for fertility, and women in her chat would announce pregnancies weeks later. She would pray for debt relief, and viewers would message her screenshots of unexpected bank deposits. Her fame skyrocketed. She moved to a luxury apartment. She was invited to speak at mega churches. But the consequences began to creep in, slow and insidious. First, it was the comments. Among the testimonials of miracles, strange messages started appearing. "The man in the static smiles at me," one would read. "I see shadows dancing behind you," Sister Ode, said another. Her moderators deleted them, calling them trolls. Then it was the physical changes. Adesuwa's eyes, once warm and brown, developed a strange, metallic sheen under bright light. She started feeling constantly cold, a deep chill no sweater could warm. And she was always hungry, yet food tasted like ash. The true horror, however, was leaching into her viewers. A devoted follower who had been prayed for to get a promotion was now the boss, but her colleagues whispered that she spoke in two different voices at once. A man whose broken marriage was healed found his wife now sleepwalking every night, standing over him with a blank, empty stare. Adesuwa's own life began to mirror this twisted reality. The brand deals became weirder, more demanding. One company wanted her to endorse a perfume called Oblivion. Another, a line of children's toys with soulless glass eyes. The miracles in her chat grew darker. "Thank you, Sister Ode, my rival at work had a terrible accident. The voice in my head told me to invest in that stock, and now I'm rich." The unease turned to outright horror during a live stream where she prayed for a woman's cancerous tumor to disappear. The woman, on a video call, wept with joy as she claimed the doctors said it had vanished. But as the woman celebrated, Adesuwa, and thousands of viewers saw it. For a single, heart-stopping frame, the woman's jubilant face was replaced by a gaunt, skeletal visage with eyes of pure blackness, a silent scream on its lips. The stream glitched, and it was gone. The chat exploded. Did you see that? What was that? Sister Ode, what have you brought upon us? Terrified, Adesuwa ended the stream. She sat in the silence of her expensive apartment, the chill in her bones now a deep freeze. She finally understood. She wasn't a vessel for God. She was a distributor. A delivery system. She was feeding her followers to the thing in the static, and it was giving them exactly what they prayed for, in the most horrific, literal way possible. She was no longer just famous. She was a farm, and her followers were the livestock. Panicked, Adesuwa did the one thing she should have done from the beginning. She drove to Mama Fanmi's house, sobbing, the metallic sheen in her eyes glinting under the streetlights. She found her grandmother waiting for her on the porch, as if she knew. The old woman's face was not angry, but filled with a profound, weary grief. "It has tested you, child," Mama Fanmi said, her voice heavy. "It has marked you. You cannot simply stop. A contract has been made. You opened the door, and it will not close just because you have changed your mind." "Then what do I do, Mama?" Adesuwa wept, her body racked with shivers. "I'll do anything. The only way is to break the covenant," Mama Fanmi explained. "You must go on your stream one last time. You must confess everything. You must renounce the entity by its true name. But be warned, it will not let you go easily. It will fight for its food source." Determined to set things right, Adesuwa agreed. That night, she set up her stream for the last time. She looked pale and sickly. The glamour was gone. She looked like what she was, a woman staring into the abyss. She went live. Thousands poured in, expecting another miracle. "My people," she began, her voice raw. "I have lied to you. The prayers, they were not holy. The power, it is not from God. I have been channeling something else. An ancient, hungry thing. It gives you what you want, but it takes a piece of your soul in return." The chat scrolled wildly, a mix of outrage, denial, and terror. "I renounce you," Adesuwa screamed, her voice cracking. "I renounce the listener in the static. I break the covenant. In the name of all that is truly holy, I close this door." Silence. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the lights in her apartment flickered and died, plunging her into darkness, the only light coming from her computer screen. The audio filter she had deleted activated itself, emitting that same low hum. Her screen dissolved into a storm of black and white static. And from the speakers, her voice emerged. It was a horrifying collage of every prayer, every plea, every desperate wish ever uttered in her live streams, all spliced together into a single, monstrous sentence. "We are hungry." The static on the screen coalesced. It formed into a vast, shapeless face with 1,000 eyes, all focused on Adesuwa. A cold, tangible force erupted from the monitors, slamming into her. She felt a violent, pulling sensation, as if her very essence was being siphoned out through her eyes and mouth. She saw glimpses of her followers, the woman whose cancer was healed, now a hollow shell in a hospital bed, the man who got the promotion, now a paranoid wreck muttering to the shadows in his office. They were all connected, a network of damned souls, and she was the central node. She was being consumed not just for herself, but for all the sins she had facilitated. With a final, agonized effort, Adesuwa reached out and yanked the power cord from the wall. The screen went black. The silence that followed was absolute. Adesuwa was found days later by her grandmother. She was alive, but empty. Her body was there, breathing, but her eyes were now just windows to a vast, static-filled emptiness. She doesn't speak. She doesn't react. She just sits, and sometimes, a low, electronic hum emanates from her for no reason. And her followers, those who received her miracles, they are still out there, living their cursed blessings. Because the entity, the listener in the static Vic never really left. It just found a new way to listen. Through them. So the next time you see a prayer that seems too good to be true, the next time you crave a miracle at the click of a button, ask yourself, who or what is really on the other side of the screen? What do you think? Was Adesuwa a misguided victim of her own ambition, or did she become a conscious monster who deserved her fate? Let me know in the comments below. Her story is a dark lesson for our digital age, that some doors, once opened, can never be closed, and that the price of viral fame can be the very soul you used to pray for. Don't forget to subscribe to Safari of Tales and hit the bell icon so you never miss another journey into the heart of modern folktales. Until next time, may your connections be pure.